This is Leagues Prematch Show as the Lady Night gets ready to pick out Aqua and Leagues Cup action here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Somebody and Henry with you, and on a night, Henry, that will have absolutely no bearing on Atlanta United's status and Leagues Cup win, lose, or win or lose and penalties. They're not going to the knockout stage. So tonight, Henry, is an utterly meaningless match. How do you feel about that?
I feel completely indifferent, as I should be about a match like this. Look, all I'm hoping for in this type of game is to see some players that we don't usually see, to see some minutes for players who are trying to really break into the first team core. Some of these guys that we've slowly seen rising throughout the season, and maybe some new faces as well. I mean, the club has signed Cooper Sanchez to a homegrown contract. I think it'd be really nice to see him tonight. They've signed Nick Sessuck to a first-team deal. I think it'd be really nice to see him. Just some of these guys that we don't see often because they don't typically break into the first-team starter squad.
Right.
This is the perfect opportunity to play them and to get them meaningful minutes in. Technically, it's a competition, but again, this kind of feels like a friendly because no matter what you do, you are not progressing in the competition. It doesn't give you points for the regular season. If anything, it is a morale booster to help carry you through the rest of the season. And it's kind of a lame morale booster at that because I think the players kind of know, this just doesn't really matter a whole lot.
Yeah, and we're waiting for the lineup to come out. We've heard rumblings about maybe more than a few first-team players on the lineup that will wait for that to come out. As you might expect here at the stadium, I'll turn around my laptop just to show everybody. There's nobody here at this point. As you might expect, the crowd is pretty light for this particular match. And then again, nothing to play for. The roof is opening, by the way. I was not expecting the roof to be open tonight. So maybe that's something that we could look at as something that is relatively unexpected. Colonel saying the sound is not coming through correctly for some reason, so I'm not sure what's going on. Looks like Henry's camera has gone out, so try to get him back in. Okay, here we go. Henry, you got the rip opening.
Sorry about that. I checked out like most people for this match, but I just saw the starting lineup.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I hate it.
You hate it?
I hate it. Yeah.
Well, let's work through it together, and we'll tag Tommy in here as well. It's the starting lineup. Starting lineup has just come out for Atlanta United.
Tommy.
So
what's up?
Welcome in, Tommy. We'll go from back to front and get you guys' reaction afterwards. So Dana Hibbert starting in goal. Brooks Lennon starting on the left-hand side. Left back. Nick Sessuck. Tommy's already shaking his head. Henry Space comes down. Nick Sessuck at right back. Ronald Hernandez, Theon Gregerson, guys, for center back carry. Midfield, Will Riley, Alexi Miranchuk, Bartosz Slisz wearing the armband tonight. Luke Brennan and Saba on the wings, left and right, and Jamal Tiare starting up top for Atlanta United. We have pretty much the first choice team on the bench. Tommy, start with you. What are your thoughts on the lineup?
What the hell? I don't understand. I wasn't going to hop on. I just woke up from a nap about 45 seconds ago, and I got the alert that the lineups were up, and I expected not a lot of starters in this game. Specifically, I tweeted this yesterday. If Gregerson started today, I was going to lose my shit. This guy has been hurt more days than not. And and people have said like they had a plan for him. They were going to keep him out longer to ensure that that when he did return to the lineup, he was fully healthy and he was going to be able to play. That is perfectly fine. But he has started now 3 games. It was Wednesday, Saturday, or Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. And now you're back to another Wednesday. That is 4 straight games in a row. What are you doing to
Right.
start him 4 games in a row in a game where nobody is going to remember if you win this? Nobody remembers that you win. You barely remember the team that wins Leagues Cup. I had to think about who's won last year's Leagues Cup, and I was at the
It
game.
wasn't.
It was Columbus. I was at the game in Columbus. I forgot who won Leagues Cup. Nobody's going to remember the team that finished last. And for a game that's coming up against Montreal, where people will remember if you win the wooden spoon or not. People will remember if you won the wooden spoon.
Yes.
You need him healthy to start that game. And I don't care if this game counted or not. You need to make sure that this guy is healthy long term, because if you're not getting rid of him, because I know people have said rumors, or just in their mind thinking, oh, well, maybe he's the buyout next season because he doesn't play as much. Whatever it is, he is an asset to your team. And to start him 4 straight games in a 14-day span is beyond malpractice for this team. And I'm furious that was the main thing I was going to care about. And if Brad Guzan was going to
Yeah.
start or not. I just can't
Which is
believe
not.
that you're chancing Gregerson's health to do this. And one of the games he left, it was cramping, I think was the reason why they said he left the one game
Yeah.
early. Insane.
Well, yeah. I think we can all agree. Like, why start? What's our first choice lineup out there? If you're a Lady United, I get TRA. I get, of course, Sisak. I get Riley because those are younger players that need minutes. When I'm kind of defensive about the Lennon, Hernandez, Gregerson, Miranchuk. One of them gets hurt. Niche, what if one of them gets hurt? Henry, what are your thoughts on the lineup?
I hate it. I mean, I went into this thinking at the very max they have one, two, maybe three regular starters because they need to fill in the rest of the roster. I understand you're very thin at center back. I understand midfield. You also don't have too many options. Uh, but what the heck, guys? I mean,
Yeah,
we just said this game is meaningless. It doesn't matter if you win. You don't win anything. It gives you no points. It gives you no trophy. It gives you no chance of
right.
continuing. It gives you absolutely nothing. And considering the fixture congestion you've had, because you've played Saturday, Wednesday, I think 2 weeks in a row at this point,
Yeah,
and you have a game on Saturday, an away game, mind you. You're going to Montreal, which is one of your
That
longer
counts for
away trips.
points.
That counts for points. Montreal isn't a joke of a team anymore. They are on the rise, and
yeah,
you are starting your starting number 10. You're starting Moranchuk. You're starting Brennan and Saba. One of those is presumably one of your wingers, right?
yeah.
Sleesh, who is definitely a starting midfielder, and I believe
So why though?
two or three of your starting back line.
Yeah,
Why? What is
why
the
not? Why
point
not?
of this?
Why not?
And,
Well, I was gonna ask why not Williams. Sorry to interrupt. I was gonna ask why not Williams, but Williams doesn't look like
and
he's
you just
available for
signed you
selection
just
still.
signed Mazzaferro to a short-term deal. You might as well have played him in this game, honestly.
Yeah,
Like, there's no point. All you're doing is exhausting your players, your regular starters, exposing them to injury, and then after the Montreal game, what you're probably going to go and do is complain about, oh, I mean, we played so many games, the fatigue and all this. Like, what fatigue? You didn't have to
right.
play them. You didn't. You created this problem yourself. So
Yeah.
that I don't understand why we are putting mostly starters into a game that means absolutely nothing. I cannot wait to ask this to. Well, we're not going to be able to talk the dialect tonight. It's probably going to be Kenny
Yeah,
Miller, but
right.
to just ask, what was the idea here? Because this game means nothing. A win here means nothing. You have games coming up. I do not understand this at all.
So, well, again, I go back to what if someone gets injured? What if you lose Moranchuk for the rest of the season? What if you see? is in having the credit for him this entire season. What if you lose him? You know, PRA again, I can kind of get because he's not your regular starter, but still, but if he goes down, of course you have Togashi, but what if he gets injured again? PRA just had a history of injuries. So again, it's tough to understand why you see this kind of lineup on the pitch. But Henry, like you said, be interested to hear from Kenny Miller what the decision is. The only thing I can think of is you trying to keep guys informed, keep guys just help them kind of improve and sort of get them confidence for the end of the season. But it's a risk. It's a risk to have these guys out there. And I'm interested again to see and hear what the explanation is from Kenny Miller on this. I imagine dialectic the lineup. Miller's special, of course, he gets styled, so retro suspension, but be interested to see what the reasoning and rationale is for this starting 11. Probably still shaking
I,
his head in disbelief.
well, I see the Colonel's comment here. Gregerson needs minutes, so he's seen minutes. He started the last three games. Like,
Yeah,
you watch any team, and especially Atlanta United in the past, when a player comes back from injury, they slowly roll him back into the lineup, especially when you're not in a playoff race. And we're not in a playoff race right now. I know they're going to say
yeah,
that we are, that we're trying to make it. But in this game, it is not a playoff race. You are mathematically eliminated. You saw what LAFC did. They rested some of their players yesterday, and surprisingly, I think they got the win. I fell asleep before the game was over. Um, but
does
I
that say
mean,
more
like,
about the game or you in that case?
it was a long night. I needed to catch up on some sleep. But
Yeah,
I mean, it's just not smart of what they're doing here. And look, you're going to have some people at games, and I've already seen some tweets. I saw Doug's tweet about like how he'd see hundreds of people in line, and he saw like a dozen or something like that to go in. Like I
yeah,
understand you when you have a home game, you don't want to have fans come in and see a stinker. You don't, because with lacking talent here, but in this situation, it's different because there's literally nothing to play for here except,
yeah.
I guess the thing, the headline could be, and scarvesandspikes.com tomorrow, is that Atlanta United loses to former manager Gonzalo Pineda, and they're trying to avoid that headline. That is the only thing I can think of in my mind that they are trying to avoid, is that headline in there that says that you lost to your former manager.
What
Anything
if they
else
do
is just
anyway, though?
right.
Oh,
They
God,
and
God help them. God help them if they lose this game. Oh my gosh, if y'all play
They have social media.
more than 50% of your starting lineup and you still lose this game,
Yeah,
it's time to call it, man. Like, just end the
it's
whole
the
thing.
end.
Stop trying to play. No, nobody comes to the stadium at this point. Like, this is just the embarrassment of the season, right? Is if you play in your meaningless game, you play these guys. The only reason I can see for them doing this is, okay, let's try to build some momentum as we get into the last stretch of the season with a win, right? I don't. I'm not just using that as a justification, but
Mhm.
God help them, they better win this game if they are willing to risk 60%, at least 60% of their starting lineup in a completely meaningless game when you have a game this weekend and you have several others coming after that. But by the way, this is an away game you got this weekend. One of your longer
Mhm.
trips. You're going all the way up north to another freaking country. So
bring your passport. Bring your
Yeah.
passport.
you better win this game if you are really going all in as you are for some unexplainable reason.
Well,
Now,
and
and that's,
yeah,
oh, sorry, Cindy. I'm about to say, like, so this is going to be a two-part story. No matter what happens at the end of this game, we're going to talk about it and say, okay, they won the game, they drew, they lost, whatever. Okay, whatever happens here, that's part one of it. But then part two, like Henry was saying, is on Saturday. If they come out and they lose to Montreal, I believe when we looked at the standings, when we were talking about this on Spaces, was that then Montreal's tied with you in points. If they beat you, you move down another spot, or you become even with Montreal. So this will look. I don't care what the result is today, but if the result on Saturday is a loss and they look terrible, where you could have rested these guys, and I don't know what Montreal's doing. I think they play today as well. I don't know what they're doing with their roster. But again, if you lose on Saturday, then it's just going to blow up even more. So if there's back-to-back losses on this situation, join us on Scarves and Spikes on Sunday for our post-game match. I will be at the Bouncing Souls Bad Religion show, but I will go into a porta potty to freak the hell out during that concert.
Make sure it has good reception.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about predictions for this match? I mean, also, I feel like it could be a 1-1 Atlanta wins penalties kind of night. That's just me. What do you guys think?
It's going to be
Henry,
a thrilling 0-0 draw.
Oh my gosh.
don't do that to
That
us.
that would be the peak, right? Like this crap team going up against their former manager, right? That had them through what, like 3 years of mediocrity that he was here for, and his also kind of mediocre squad that is eliminated. How peak would that be? That this is a meaningless game and they still manage to draw 0-0 and give the 40 people here absolutely nothing that they can go home happy about.
To be clear, we'll be 40,000 when you say 40. It
No,
could
I
be
mean
a lot
40,
closer to
40,
40.
40 people.
As in,
40, like the number 40. No more after that, right? It's just the 40 people that are like, do you see this crap?
yes. Wow.
Do y'all see this? Like
Yeah.
there is not going to be a whole lot of people here, nor should there be for such a totally, completely pointless game. They should have canceled this game out of pure shame.
I'm going to say 2-2.
Okay.
I think there's
Who
going to
win?
be some goals, for sure. I don't. I haven't. If you showed me the lineup here for Pineda squad, I wouldn't know if it was good or not, or if it's starters. But I just feel like there's going to be some goals. I mean, obviously Atlanta United's been pretty sloppy throughout these two games as far as allowing goals. So I believe that's going to continue. I want to see Hibbert make some good saves here. Hopefully, he's got an opportunity to at least show that he can make some quality saves in this match. And that was really all I was going to take from this, anyways. Even if it was just going to be the kids and not this lineup, I just want to see Hibbert looking
Yeah.
like a above average keeper here, and not look terrible, because I
Yeah.
think um, he's likely your future next season, or at least he's going to
Mhm.
fight for it in the
Mhm.
preseason. So as people have said that they've wanted in spaces and in our on our shows in the chat, you just want to be able to see the players, the young players, hopefully go into next season looking like above average players, or can fight for a spot. And Hibbert right now has a legit opportunity next season to be the starter. At least we think that's probably the scenario that's going to happen. So all eyes on him for tonight. Probably
Yeah.
his last chance to really to start a game.
Yeah. I want to see Riley have a big game. I mean, we already know that what we can expect from him to some extent. He's been pretty good, and the times he's been on the pitch. Brennan, same thing. He's been really good. The times we've seen him on the pitch. Sisak, we don't know too much about him. He's not a young player. He's 25 years old, so he has some time behind him. But no, if you're looking at him as a depth option at right back, you did want to see a good performance from him. So, you know, that's what I want to see as well. And then obviously Hibbert, Tommy, you just mentioned it. You know, have a solid performance and show the organization, hey, this is why I should be considered as the number one goalkeeper for Atlanta United in the years to come. He had a decent showing when he started a few weeks ago as Reggie was injured, but I want to see another commanding performance from him and something to build off of if you're data headed. So that's the main thing that I'm looking to see from Atlanta United this evening. So 7:40 kickoff. Tommy, you're still doing spaces afterwards, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Win, lose, or draw.
I said this was going to be a short spaces. I don't know. Depending on the results of this situation, it could be a 24-hour spaces. I will filibuster Atlanta United need be if it gets if they lose this game.
Mhm. Henry and I will have our 3 takeaways afterwards. Tommy will be on Spaces afterwards. I mean, depending on how long it is, it might be short, maybe long, as you said, but he'll be there. Follow us on social media, Scarves and Letter and Spikes X, scarvesandspikes.com, Blue Sky Scarves and Spikes everywhere else. I'm at SH Wright on X and Blue Sky, at H.Soccer and Instagram and Threads. Henry is Higita on all social media platforms. Tommy is Tommy ACL86 on all social media platforms. One more thing, follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/Scarves and Spikes. Henry did an interview with Javier Perez, director of methodology for Atlanta United. Good conversation with him. So I encourage you all to sign up for Patreon, become a Patreon backer, get access to that access to our Discord and so much more. Patreon.com/Scarves and Spikes. Sydney, Henry, and Tommy signing off. And